This is Dr. Kyre Adept with part 2 of a small series about Geotran human programming. Geotran was a human programming code or language, the language of all possibilities, created by Dorothy Wood Esvio. And for 35 years, she has been helping people, particularly with physical ailments, but also with issues around their thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, that have been actually blocking them having a happy, successful life. Now, Geotran is a combination of numbers, geometries, and points. In that respect, it's somewhat similar to the way acupuncture works. We know that acupuncture uses specific points on the bodies, on the meridians, to regulate the energy flow, to amplify it or diminish it as required, so that the body is in balance. And in traditional Chinese medicine, especially five-element theory, that's what health depends on. It actually means being in balance. And there are various ways that that balance can be affected and improved, including diet and actual acupuncture needles and so on. Now, with Geotran, it's non-invasive. There are no needles involved. But we are working on similar points within the energy field, in fact, the etheric body, in such a way that we can get the energy flow to be back in balance and harmony with your particular energy network. So there are about 99 major energy points and about 3,000 minor energy points within the etheric field, and we can work on any of those according to what your system requires so that your system then works perfectly. Another analogy might be looking at that energy field as a circuit board within your inner biocomputers. And we know that if parts of the circuit board are broken, then the energy is not going to get into the parts where it needs to be in order to run a particular program. Now, a program is just a set of habitual responses to stimuli. So a program will tell you, oh, if you come to a stop sign, you need to stop. And some people then just stop, and they don't go forward. Whereas we know that the purpose of the stop sign is for you to stop and look around, and then when it's safe to move forward. So what we're finding with people is that someone might run relationships the way that their father did, or money matters the way that their mother did, it's not necessarily just related to family or genetic line contaminations. You can pick up adverse programs from people around you, and these may be programs that actually work for them but don't work for you. Now, we know from electronic computers that if you have a computer glitch, there are basically three possible outcomes. The first one is that you're going to run a program that you really don't want to be running. It's just not beneficial to you or your computer or your life on any level. If you have a strong immune system, energetically or physically, then you may be able to work around that programming glitch, that computer virus, but it's going to use up system resources, and people end up feeling exhausted or still not able to run the programs that they want to be running with ease. And the third possibility is that your computer crashes. And a computer crash in the human computer system usually ends up with the person being physically ill or emotionally drained and exhausted and unable to cope with their lives. But the good news is that computer glitches are actually very easy to determine, to identify, and to correct. And the tool that I use the most to correct them is Geotran, because it's simple, it's effective, and anybody can learn it who chooses to do so. So for more about how Geotran works, listen to the next video.